So right now I'm just in a bit of damage control moment. I'm not sure if I'll add this into the next episode or not, but I'm basically just building up a tiny little drone here to get back my other vehicle that's just currently hanging in the sky. So, crap this. Okay, this is just a very superficial little drone that I'm using to just like lock to the drone. Well, not even a drone, I'm gonna fly up there personally. Turn this off just so the battery doesn't run dry. I'll grab the parts from these thrusters here. I'm gonna repurpose this little bugger that killed me.
Energy critical.
Oh, energy is critical, so I need to go and get some power, and unfortunately my survival kit was destroyed in the attack, but luckily I built one down here. So I can recharge. Seems like the assertive are getting a little bit more concerned in my presence. Definitely gonna need to build a fighter. Oh dear. I do have a design in mind though. I've got a fancy little fighter that I've worked on in creative for a while, and I've been just waiting for a chance to get to show it off, so I might build that. The other option is to build a totally new vehicle, something that'll be multi-purpose, like a carrying, lifting gunship type deal. That's one idea I have, but I think in the interest of time I'm gonna need to build off of a blueprint, because I've got just enemies circling, which is very much not ideal. I need a combat vehicle as soon as possible. I don't really have the time to muck around just building something. So I need to go grab a projector here. Attach that to this. That's the back, so I need it like this probably. Okay. So to build our next vehicle off of that, I can rebuild my ice skate off of that as well. This here, got enough time, so let's go up. See if I can't rescue this drone. Got 7 minutes of power. Yeah. I think I've just pissed them off again. Why am I going up so quickly? Jesus. Ugh. Yeah, that's sending in more enemies. Is that going to go after my drone? Or me? Looks like it's coming after me. So I'm going to lead that down to my base's turret. Slow down a bit, going a bit too fast. Oh, no, that sounds like it's attacking my drone. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I flew too close to the stingray. Well, that's one way to get my drone down, I guess. It seems to have served its purpose. I'll just have to print off another one of that. Can't see anything with this storm. I'm getting shot at now. Hopefully my base turret's going to start Seems like the base turret took care of that. Hopefully it doesn't land on me. There's my base. Oh, there's the turret gone. Shooting at me. Shooting at this that I just built this! That's coming down, is it? Well, that's not too badly damaged. I can't see if the drone came down or not. I don't see its signal up there anymore. It's taken off my rotor projector I just built. Still got this marker. It's not paint from my drone. I was just building off of that. The sparrow isn't coming back, so I think that's well and truly crashed. Wind turbine. Let's see about fixing that. Binary's been slightly tickled. So get that fixed. Has any of these taken damage? No, they're all good. Turret's fine. Sparrow is down and out. Let's rebuild this flying contraption here. Doesn't seem to have taken too much damage. No. Let's grab components for that. There we go. So, oh, it took out the antenna that was on there. That's frustrating. Okay, put on another one. There we go. Components for that. I'll just grab them out of this turret here. I'll put a rotor part on this so I can at least charge the battery. Where's my rotor? Rotor. Let's get a rotor part. No, I need a rotor, the proper one, don't I? Yeah. Take off that head. And we will get parts for that. There we go. And that will be able to connect back where the ice skate used to dock. There we go. Then you get unlock. Should be able to get low enough to the ground to reconnect there. Should be okay. I just need to turn off auto lock on the landing gear. Lock that. There we go. We can put the battery on charge. Turn off the thrusters. Okay. So that's going to get some charge on it. I did collect up the food and water from my drop pod. So I'll finish scrapping what remains of that and that in a second. I just want to make sure that that drone is still in the air or not. I have no idea where it would have come down. I can't see anything. see. How long is it going to take that battery to recharge? 11 minutes. We don't want to wait too long. Give it like 20 seconds more. Over that one looks pretty good as well. No, that's the base I want. And they're sending another fleeting rival. Lovely. So I'm just going to get constantly attacked now. So, yeah. Hopefully my turret will be able to take care of this one as well. I'll just sort of run around in this thing. I can act as a bit of a decoy. Make sure I'm in range of my base turret here. Hopefully not crash into the ground. It's my base. It should be in range now. Getting shot at. There we go. Now I'm getting shot at, and I should hopefully be able to just evade. Oh, my turret takes care of that. Signal's gone, so I assume it's dead. Yeah, definitely came down, that's for sure. Right, so I'm just going to have to keep on the ball for that. I think I'm going to have to use this vehicle here as a bit of a just emergency decoy. While I build my fighter, so I can really stick it to these guys. Lock to the rotor and to the ground. Very good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give up on that drone. I think that one's well and truly dead. So let's get to building our fighter. So we need a projection off of the rotor again. So we can convert to small grid, add a small head, and lock. We can add a projector, like that. Grab the parts of that. Right, so now the blueprint I'm thinking of using is a ship that I built called the Salamander. I built two variants, one with like an orange sort of plasma conduit nacelle type thing. It's based on a Peregrine fighter from Star Trek, but I think the blue one will look a bit more snazzy on Triton, so let's set that one up. Now this is a entirely hydrogen based fighter, so it should be pretty much perfect for what I need. So let me, yeah, that's the right one. Then I want to sort of spin it around. That's the top. And why can't I get that to? I want it to be nice and flat. Yeah. And that's upside down. I think that's what, yeah, we'll just go with that, okay. And then we'll go a bit back that way and off this way. So this is the fighter. I need to send that up just a little bit. So it's got a Gatling turret here and a bunch of Gatling guns on the front. And well, it's got a whole bunch of hydrogen fuel tanks through it and a lot of internal thrusters. So the only thrusters that are visible are these ones on the outside here. Now we just need to finish off the hinge. There we go. Excellent. Right. Then all we need is to pipe this up. You, and you.
Energy critical.
Gotta go get some power. Okay. Alright, and then actually I'll put my I can put a programmable block down here as well. Here. I have the materials for it. Just put it on the underside of this. And that's going to control the arm. So let's see. I have that conveyor port. That's nice and handy. Okay. So the script I'm going to be using to control the arm is called piston hinge, something like that, I think. So I'll just load up all my scripts. There we go. It's the cockpit, piston, and rotor and hinge and controller. Yeah. Piston, rotor, and hinge controller. Okay. So that is going to let me control everything from a cockpit, which I'll need to place that as well. So I need to get a little control seat in here. Let's see, what do we want to use? Something. You want a view to the outside? It's got the smallest profile. That one doesn't have too much for a profile. Let's use that. There we go. Close this so we've got a nice airtight interior. One thing shot out again. Hopefully that's not shooting at anything too important. I think that's the remains of my drone it's shooting at, by the looks of it. Well, I can act as a decoy out there for the time being. I need to name these blocks here. So this welder, that's fine, I can control that. This hinge I need to have controlled, so we're going to call this hinge wrist. The piston, I've only got one, so that's fine. That hinge I'm actually not going to control. I'm going to leave that on locked, and it's just going to remain at that angle. It should function how I want it to. And now all I need is access to this rotor. So that one I'm going to call shoulder for this welding arm. Sounds like my assembler's done. That's nice. See if I can finish welding up these conveyors. I have all the parts? Not quite. There we go. So we've finished welding up all of these parts. It's only a temporary arm, I hope. This is another ugly contraption, but this is the sort of thing I'm going to be having at my new base. I'm going to have a more fancy version of this arm that's going to basically help me weld up everything. Now I need to be able to see what I'm doing, so I need a camera somewhere, and I think I'm going to put that on here. Something like, yeah, that seems to be a good spot. Let's weld this up. Need a computer. And there we go. So let's have a look in our inventory of our cargo container. We've got some tubes, bunch of metal grids, motors, plenty of computers, a bit of tubes, more tubes, bunch of steel, plenty of these. We've got more in here, so that should hopefully be enough to complete this survival kit. Put the stone back in the refinery. Make sure that that survival kit's not pulling more stuff than it needs to. I don't need oxygen or hydrogen, so it doesn't actually need the conveyor system at all. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go into the programmable block. We need to edit these. So A and D, I need my advanced rotor, and we'll go, I believe I labeled it shoulder. Then W and S is going to be our piston, and Q and E is going to be our hinge wrist. And we're going to make sure that these aren't turning too quickly, so let's reduce these down to 5 and 5, and W and S is the piston, so that needs to be a positive value. 2 or 1, let's go 1. And now in our toolbar we need a welder and camera. So that's the very basic setup of this piston script, so I should be able to set it up in here. It's not control. Oh, right, I need to. So I've got flight seat. I need to add that as a control block to here, I believe. Let's see, cockpit. Yeah, I need to go flight seat. There we go. That should be what I need. It's trying to control it. So we can go up. Can't seem to move the piston in and out for whatever reason. I still can't control that. Why not? Oh, I've got more than one. Alright, that is... I need to give that a name. So I'll give it like piston arm, because it's trying to control this one as well. Forgot about that one. So we'll go piston arm. There we go. Now go to programmable block, edit, piston arm, and we want that to be 1. So now when I go forward, or yeah, okay, so that's gone in reverse, so we need to add a negative to that speed, so that W is now the, yeah, forward. There we go. So now we've got good control of that. Let's see how much of this we can get welded up. Now, a welder like this has its buildability basically distributed amongst every block that it's trying to weld up at once. So because it's trying to weld a whole bunch of blocks all at once, it's going to take quite some time to do them all. But it should be able to get quite a few of these things done before I'll need to move it. I'm going to get on my hotbar a welder. Oh, not that one. I will this one. Just to toggle on and off, so I can leave it on, so I don't have to hold the button down. I can just move the arm around. This is definitely less optimal than printing something off with a welding wall. It's actually doing some of those rear engine pods as well. But we'll just, I'll just keep it stationary until it's finished welding everything that it can, and then I'll try wiggling it around and seeing what else it can weld. So the less I have to weld by hand, the better. Might be able to, if I send the piston up a little bit with that hinge, I might be able to get some of those forward blocks. So if I go in, let's see, hinge, I'm going to go hinge, we'll go like elbow, go to the programmable block for our welding arm, and we're going to add space and C. We're going to go with hinge, elbow, and then we'll make sure that that one's not too quick either. Go 5, sure. So then we can turn that up with hinge lock. And we'll be able to go up and down with it as well. We should be able to. I might not have enough force. We should have more than enough. It's trying to move it. I think the okay, yeah, it needs a bit more force by the looks of it. So I'll just crank those all the way up. And I think that might be an inertia tensor problem. Let's try adding that. Ooh. It's really struggling. I think it's going in reverse as well. So I want this to be -1. So yeah, space is now up. Okay. Right. So what we need to do is we need to go to the piston arm, go share inertia tensor on all of these blocks, as well as the rotor parts. They call it shoulder. It should be. Why can't I see shoulder in my? There we go. That's what I wanted. Share inertia tensor. Cool. I've lost like almost all control there. It's very fiddly getting these working sometimes. That's more. That's better. So now it's just a problem of speed. So we'll go to -3 on that. There we go. So then you can see a bit better. I can weld up some of this stuff close to the front. There we are. Yeah, I'll need quite a lot of tubes. There's plenty of conveyor ports in this. And make sure we've got plenty of motors. That should be more than enough to do everything, I reckon. We've got a sparrow incoming, so I'll grab my little emergency dodgy vehicle. Act as a decoy. I would really not like that sparrow to attack my in-construction fighter. It seems to be shooting whatever it is on the ground over there. Oh, now it's shooting at me, that's good, that's what we want. Don't want to end up in that turret's blind spot at all. Hopefully I've got enough ammo. Yeah, that one's going down. Oop, crashed. Oh, this red square, by the way, I should show you, that's the target leading mod. So when I have Gatling guns, I'll be able to point ahead of where my target is, and this gives you a good indicator of where you need to aim to actually be able to hit it in motion, which is something that can be really hard sometimes. Oh, nearly hit the ground. Gotta remember, I have barely any thrust on this thing. Let's see if I can pick up any ammo from these. I really need some ammo. I'm not worried about scrap. Just dropped any bullets anywhere. They all seem to be shooting something over here. I think this is, yeah. This is the remains of my poor miner. We'll give that the thumbnail of this episode. But that is what has become of my mining drone. So rest in peace, you magnificent bastard. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, at least they keep shooting at that, so that can act as a bit of a forward decoy for me. I can't see any ammo here, so let's head back to the base. There's something over here. What's that? I've got another one? Or is that crash? No, that one's definitely coming at me. Is that shooting at my drone? Yes, it is. Right. Go, turret, go. Oh, it's shooting my... Stop shooting my welding arm, damn it. Come on, get out of here. There we go. Hopefully this one's dropped some nice ammo for me. It's still mostly intact. You got any bullets, mister? Not that I can see. I'm gonna need to do something about those assertive observers if they just keep sending enemies at me. Right, so what happened here? Looks to be pretty superficial damage. Let's see. Looks like the welder is busted. Is the hinge busted? Hinge is okay. The piston is still operational, I hope. Hinge is fine. Piston is fine. Okay. Let's get that fixed up. So I can continue. Oh, hello. Got some more friends. I believe any of the enemies on the other side would have been picked off by my turret. At least I can see a little bit better now. We're just getting a bit of a wreckage-strewn wasteland out here. So we need to get this operational as soon as possible. We've got some decoys in there. I'll remember that, so I need to have some radio components. Yeah, that is producing them. Okay. Let's see, what have we got to do? Projector. It's got an armor block, one camera, Gatling turret, one hydrogen tank. Ah, okay, so it's basically done everything. That's good. So I have no idea where that last hydrogen tank is. It could be somewhere pretty important. I have used them as conveyors in this design in a few places. So hopefully I'll be able to find it. Oh, somewhere. That might have been it. See now, projector. Yes, that was it. Okay, so the camera, one armor block, one LCD, one turret. Cool. That's basically everything. So let's return this welder to an upright position. So I can do the final blocks when this thing is filled up and ready to go. Let's keep fueling it with ice. Leave. Yeah, I turned the welder off, that's good. 2H2, keep putting that in. I'm going to grind down this.
Inventory full.
Make sure I replace that with an O2H2 generator. Let's just drop everything off. Grab a little bit of the essential building components. So we want a new O2H2 generator in here. Let's get it in the same color scheme. So, oh, that's right, need to finish grinding that down. There we go. And we want O2H2 gen crammed in there. It's a little ugly, but it will get the job done. Alternatively, I could just put a whole bunch of batteries in there. That might solve my power issue. Give me a lot more time out and about, and also not totally ruin the design, which I'm all for. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to just put in some batteries instead. Let me see, where have we got? I don't think I've got them on the hotbar anywhere. Let's go small battery. Get a few of these in the top. Let's use that side, rotate it to that side, and put them like that. Okay. And I can go back into the welding arm and finish those off. can reach that part. Should be able to. Yep. Lovely. Yep. There we go. So then, just got one armor block camera. Okay. So what I can do. But I need to turn off this one actually. I need to go turn off this projector, turn that one on, okay. And then we'll get this arm to a point like this. So it's just pointing forward. There we go. We'll get the welder to leave on. We've got our ship over here. So now, how much hydrogen is that? It hasn't got much at all. And it's messed with the whole hotbar, so I will need to retool that. Got a forward camera. So what I'm going to do is, it can technically fly. I'm going to cut it loose. And we're going to fly into the front of the welder so that it can complete those final few blocks in the front. There we go. So let's go repair projector. It's missing one reloadable rocket launcher. Perfect, so it's got the whole build complete. See, it's got 3 hours of power while it's fueling up, so if I need power I'll just come back to base really. So that is our fighter done. Lovely. Okay. So now we just need to fuel it up. Best way to do that is going to be to make a docking port for this vehicle. Best spot for that is probably we can just make a little port off the side of that, so it's like docked here, I suppose. I need to go down before I run out of fuel. We'll go back a bit, just to give ourselves some room. There we go. So we'll build ourselves a little dock. Somewhere around here. Voila. We need this, this. See if we've got parts for it, put them in production. Now we'll be able to use the base's O2H2 generators as well in order to fuel this up, so it'll be a bit quick to fuel. It can, as you've seen, I can basically just sort of walk around on the exterior and dig up some ice to fuel it up if I need to. If we're out and about and we're running low on fuel, which I imagine we might need to do a few times. Because small hydrogen tanks really, they're just really not very effective. They don't store anywhere near enough. But the problem is the large hydrogen tank for small grid is just so big and cumbersome, it really restricts designs. So there we go, let's stock this up. There we go. Now we're docked. And get all of our H2O2 generators to work on that. That's on, that's on, that's on, and they should all be nice and full of ice. Which I should have plenty of. Courtesy of my poor drone. Alright. Well, that is that done. I'm actually going to turn that repair projector off, so that that's not bugging me. There we go. So, on our next episode of our No Suit Survival series, we're going to be destroying some observers, and we're going to go look for a proper final spot for our base in our brand new fighting machine. So until then, see you later.